Hey guys, I have 3 copies of FIFA 19 to give away courtesy of EA Sports Australia, New Zealand. Make sure you click the link in the description down below to find out more. So, leaked reports have emerged over the weekend that 7 European clubs have held secret meetings with the discussion of creating a European Super League by 2021. This got me thinking on a larger scale. What would happen if Europe's best sides established a footballing pyramid involving promotion, relegation, and outright chaos? Basically the Champions League and Europa League on steroids. Well, that's what today's FIFA 19 career mode experiment will be exploring. 92 of Europe's best club sides have been ranked into divisions, and we will answer the question of what if there was a European Super League. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to another FIFA 19 experiment video. You guys know I love the idea of a Super League. I don't like the idea that's been proposed on the weekend, but I love the general concept of it. I love the thought of it. I love exploring the what ifs in world football. So I have gone ahead and ranked 92 of Europe's best sides, putting them into 4 separate divisions, 20 sides in the first division, and then 24 sides respectively in divisions 2, 3, and 4. We'll go through them in a second, but I just want to preface that these sides were allocated not based on my opinion. I have gone onto UEFA's official rankings, and I have gone for the UEFA 10-year club coefficients. So this isn't just the best 92 sides this season. It's the best 92 seasons of the past 10 years. And I've got to say, some of the divisions are quite funny, so I'm interested to see how some sides progress over the next few seasons. We're going to be simulating years into the future, going through every year, seeing what sides are growing, seeing what sides go to crap, and just seeing how world football changes at the end of the experiment. So if you guys do go on to enjoy this experiment, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. But without further ado, let's find out what sides are where. So here we go, we have Division 1, gonna be flying through it, don't want to spend an hour and a half going through the sides. So, in Division 1, the top league, we have Arsenal, AS Monaco, Atletico Madrid, Besiktas, Chelsea, Dortmund, Dinamo Kiev, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Porto, Juve, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Napoli, PSG, Real Madrid, Roma, Sevilla, Shakhtar Donetsk, and that is the 20 sides. Moving across to the second division, we have Ajax, Bilbao, Club Brugge, CSKA Moscow, Basel, Copenhagen, Fiorentina, Ghent, Lazio, Leverkusen, Olympic Lyon, Olympiacos, Marseille, PSV Eindhoven, Red Bull Salzburg, Anderlecht, Braga, Schalke, Benfica, Sparta Praha from Romania, I believe, Sporting Portugal, Tottenham, Wolfsburg, and Villarreal. The third division will feature Saint Etienne, BSC Young Boys, Celtic, Dinamo Zagreb, Everton, FC Zurich from Switzerland, Fenerbahce, Feyenoord, Galatasaray, Inter Milan, Genk, Legia Warsaw from Poland, Leicester City, Lokomotiv Moscow, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Malmo from Sweden, AC Milan, surprised to see them so low, PAOK, Red Bull Leipzig, Celta Vigo, Real Sociedad, Rapid Vienna, Valencia, and Victoria Pleasant. And finally, League 4, the 4th division. This league surprised me. I think you guys will see what I mean as we go through it. So we have Mainz, AEK Athens, Atalanta, Burnley, FC Augsburg, Midtjylland, Frankfurt, Bordeaux, Hertha Berlin, Hull City. They really surprised me. I wonder how the championship side will fare in the division. Same with Cologne. They have now been a Bundesliga 2 side, so interested to see how they go. Molde, Nice, Sampdoria, Sassuolo, Freiburg, Slavia Praha, Southampton, Spartak Moscow, Stade Rennais, Standard Liège, Torino, Hoffenheim, West Ham. So those are the 92 clubs a lot of the sides, I mean, you got like some of the better sort of Premier League sides that are going to probably wipe the floor with some of the worst sides in here. I'm interested to see how the whole footballing pyramid establishes itself as we get through the... I'm going to probably do 5... I'm going to figure out how many seasons we're going to do. For the sake of the experiment and to keep it legit, I'm going to be controlling Udinese. I'm not going to be doing anything to do with them. I'm just going to be using a side that isn't in the Super League just so that we don't alter the results and we can get a fair representation of the experiment. Big business already happening. Milinkovic-Savic off to Barcelona. Atletico Madrid selling Jimenez to Juve. There's deals happening all over the shop. Players going up and down divisions. This is going to be interesting to see how it plays out over the coming seasons. So Barcelona are the inaugural Super League champions. They beat Juventus on goal difference and win season 1 of the Super League. Who got relegated? So it's Sevilla, Dortmund, and Shakhtar Donetsk getting relegated. I'm surprised Dortmund got relegated ahead of sides like Dynamo Kiev and Besiktas and those sorts of sides, but a very interesting start to that season. Let's see how the other divisions went. So Tottenham and Benfica automatically come up in the second division, and then it's between Lazio, Lyon, Schalke, and Sporting to determine the last spot. In Fiorentina, Ghent, and Copenhagen are all relegated down to the third division. Valencia and Inter Milan absolutely kill the third division and get up, with Milan, Mönchengladbach, Leipzig, and Feyenoord fighting it out to get up to Division 2, and then it's going to be Zurich, Warsaw, and Rapid Vienna down to the 4th division. West Ham hitting the Centurion mark, they get promoted up to League 1 with Hoffenheim, and then I believe that means Spartak Moscow, Burnley, Frankfurt, and Torino all fighting it out. Cologne did pretty well, and then who finished bottom of the league? So Hull City, Athens, Molde, they're all sort of, they would be gone down to a 5th division if we had one, but they're just the bottom dwellers. They're the cellar dwellers. So that is season 1 of the Super League experiment done and dusted. Let's see how the clubs continue to progress next season. The Barcelona show all over again. They win their 2nd straight Super League title. This is huge from the Catalonian side. 84 points. One thing I've noticed is no side's really flying out in this top division. I mean, Barcelona were on 80 points last season, 84 this season, but they get another Super League, and I guess they won't be complaining at all. How'd the newly promoted sides go? So Besiktas did get relegated, Benfica got relegated, and Lyon got relegated. Dortmund coming back up to the top flight. Valencia, they won the 3rd division last year. They finished 2nd in the 2nd division, meaning they get back-to-back promotions. They're in the Super League next season. Sevilla, Inter, Schalke, Villarreal playing out for the next spot. Shakhtar Donetsk can't get back up, and it's going to be Bruges, Salzburg, and Basel going back down to the 3rd division. AC Milan and Everton finding themselves up into the 2nd division. Leicester, Mönchengladbach, Fiorentina, and Fenerbahce all fighting it out for the next spot. And then going down to the 4th division is going to be Young Boys, Copenhagen, and Malmo. And then wrapping up season number 2, it's going to be Burnley and Atalanta up to the 3rd division, with Cologne, Southampton, Sassuolo, and Torino fighting it out again. And is it the same sides down the bottom? Yes, it is. Hull City and AEK Athens, terrible. Zurich, bottom of the 4th division. And I mean, in terms of the top transfers this season, Kovacic to Bayern Munich, Jonathan Tah to Spurs, Morata dropping down a division to Dortmund, although he'll be back in the top flight next year, and then a few big transfers all over the shop. Players jumping up and down divisions. Very interesting to see how it's turning out. Barcelona, you are not making this fun at all. They win their 3rd straight Super League. Somebody's got to stop them. Surely when Messi gets too old and has to retire, there'll be a new side emerge. This is ridiculous. Barcelona, the Super League kings at the moment. Real Madrid, PSG, it's the same sort of sides. Getting close. Dortmund have had a great season, bouncing back into the Premier League, and it's going to be Inter Milan, Valencia, and finally Dynamo Kiev getting relegated. Benfica and Sevilla are Super League bound in the 4th season. They are going to get automatically promoted, with Ajax, Villarreal, Lazio, and Leverkusen fighting for that final spot. Who are getting relegated? It's going to be Besiktas. They started off in the top division They held their position for the first season, but now it is back-to-back relegations for the Turkish side. They're going to be joining CSKA Moscow and Sparta Praha in the third division of the Super League next season. Leicester City, they're making their climb back up. They're Centurions in the third division, winning the league comfortably. They get promoted automatically with Club Brugge. Fenerbahce, Celta Vigo, Hoffenheim and Burnley all in the mix as well in the third division. And it is going to be Celtic, Saint Etienne and PAOK getting relegated. I'm sure Celtic fans out there, they're not going to be happy that their side now are a fourth division team. And Cologne have got themselves up into the third division. They're a second division German side right now, but they are going to be going up along with Lokomotiv Moscow, and then Southampton, Mainz, Nice and Sassuolo all hovering around those spots. I'm kind of surprised that this group of teams haven't been promoted yet, like your Bordeaux's, your Sassuolos, your Nice's. Very surprised by that. Athens are getting out of the terrible mold again. Hull City almost getting out of it, but it's going to be Zurich. They're the worst team out of everything. 2 wins in the fourth division for them. And I mean, some of the transfers in this third season of the Super League have been pretty crazy. Naby Keita going to Bayern. Lautaro Martinez going up a few divisions to Atletico Madrid. And you can see why Barcelona are doing so well, because they've brought in Matthias de Ligt. Langlet going to United. John Stones going to Tottenham. The transfers in this are quite odd, aren't they? I mean, Rulli getting out of the Super League altogether and going to Watford. Finally, the new guard has changed. Barcelona finishing third in the Super League. Real Madrid are your champions of the Super League. Again, it's the same sort of sides getting involved. You've got your Man Uniteds, your Atletico Madrids, your Juventuses, Bayern Munichs, all these sort of sides. No real surprise. Let's see who got relegated. Arsenal surviving by 3 points, and it's going to be Benfica, Ajax and Sevilla getting relegated in Season 4. Inter Milan and Valencia automatically up to the top division, so they've come from the third division all the way up. PSV, Lyon, Milan and Lazio looking to join them. A lot of the big clubs starting to bear fruit and starting to really get into form, but Braga, Fiorentina and Leverkusen, they're out of form and they're going down to the third division. Hoffenheim and Basel are coming up. Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, Mönchengladbach and Moscow trying to get themselves up to the second division. And it's going to be Sparta Praha, Burnley and Lokomotiv Moscow all the way down. Celtic, they bounce back. They finished in the relegation zone, come down to the fourth division and get themselves right back up to the third division. Is this going to be the start of something beautiful for Celtic, or will they just come straight back down? We'll soon find out. Hull City, they've gone to crap again though. No world-class players really making moves in this window. It's just a bunch of high potential players making moves up and down the divisions. Azpilicueta dropping down to Valencia. Madison going up into the top flight. Interesting to see Lacazette going to Bayern Munich. I've been interested to see the patterns in this video. I mean, you do have players like Wan-Bissaka who are coming out of non-division football into the Super League, or at least into the Super League pyramid. So that's Season 4 done and dusted. I'm interested to see if any of the big sides get relegated and if the mighty fall and if somebody from the lower divisions comes up, but we'll see how that goes as the seasons progress on. Hey, finally, a side out of bloody Spain has won the Super League. It is PSG. I'm assuming they've kept Neymar and Mbappe, probably added a few more pieces around them, and they are the Super League champions this season. That is huge. I believe this is season number 5. I've been recording non-stop, so my brain is starting to lose track of what's real and what isn't. Valencia with a mid-table finish there. Arsenal, AC Milan and AS Monaco all relegated. I mean, Arsenal had been dropping down and down and down, notably for the past few seasons, and now they have finally gone down to the second division of Super League. Villarreal, Benfica and Sevilla going up to the top flight. Benfica and Sevilla, I believe they got relegated last season, so they're back in at the top flight. And it is going to be Basel, Shakhtar Donetsk and Anderlecht. So Donetsk are going to be joining Besiktas as being one of the teams that has gone from the first division down to the third. Leverkusen and Southampton are up to the second division next season. Who is getting relegated down to the fourth? Oh my god, Besiktas got relegated to the fourth division. They started off in Division 1 and they have slid all the way down, consecutive back-to-back-to-back triple relegations. That is embarrassing. Poor Besiktas. They're joined by their Turkish companions, or I'd say rivals normally, Fenerbahce and FC Cologne back down. Celtic lucky not to be back down in the fourth division. Ghent and Standard Liège are up to the third division. West Ham, they're almost back into it. Burnley, they can't get right back into it, but maybe they will through the playoffs. And again, Hull City really starting to struggle, but it's good to see Zurich are really getting their act together. Real Madrid are Super League champions for this season. PSG trying to go back to back, only 3 points behind them. Where is Barcelona? Wow, Barcelona's had a massive drop off. I mean, we're going to focus so much on them considering how strong they started off the video, but down in 11th for Barcelona. Real Madrid win the Super League this season. Who gets relegated? So it's going to be Porto, Lyon, and Villarreal. AC Milan and Monaco bounce right back up into the top division. Arsenal have to go through the playoffs if they want to get there. Who's getting relegated down to the third division? It is Leipzig, Leicester, and Leverkusen. Triple L all down. Shakhtar Donetsk back up into the championship. They'll be joined by CSKA Moscow. And then heading down to the fourth division, Burnley back down to the fourth division. They're going to be joined by Standard Liège and Galatasaray. Besiktas bounce back. Maybe it's a bit of a redemption story for them. Maybe they can get themselves back up to the Super League by the end of the experiment. They're going to be joined by Celtic, and then Stade Rennais, Cologne, Molde, and BSC Young Boys have to fight it out. Did Zurich? No, Zurich didn't finish last. It is Victoria Pleasant that do. Maybe that's a big reason why Barcelona did so poorly. Matthias de Ligt has gone to Manchester City. They've brought in Eric Bailly, 87 rated. Laporte to Madrid. It's been a massive season in terms of business. Kasper Dolberg to Liverpool. That's a big piece of business there. A few players changing. Zaha to Bayern Munich. Welcome to the Super League to Wilfried Zaha. But a lot of big business done in this season. Yeah, someone's leaving the Super League hierarchy to go to my favourite side, Fulham. God bless you, Dennis. PSG, they are back in the money. They are the champions. They're going to go and be 8 points clear of Real Madrid, 10 points clear of City. And that is another Super League title for them. Tottenham by far have been the biggest mover in this video in terms of getting near the top of the Super League, because they started off in, I believe, the second division. Yeah, they were in the second division, and then this season they finished fourth in the Super League. Barcelona down in 8th. Who got relegated? Inter Milan, Ajax, and Roma. I'm assuming, yeah, Arsenal didn't win the playoffs, so they're still in the championship. Let's see how they went, but Roma, Ajax, and Inter relegated. So Arsenal will be in the top division for our final season of the experiment. I'm going to do 8 seasons of this. I hope this is the 7th season, otherwise I've ripped you guys off, but it's going to be Arsenal and PSV getting promoted. Lyon, Porto, Dinamo Kiev, and Schalke in the playoff zone. Shakhtar Donetsk right back down to League 3, the third division, along with Marseille and Braga. Feyenoord and Fiorentina are going to get promoted, so they're up from the 4th division, I believe. And then Nice, Genk, Anderlecht, and Leipzig fighting it out. Leicester not going to get back up to the 2nd division. Was hoping they could get back up to the top flight. Celtic and Besiktas relegated again, along with Molde. It has not been a good episode for Besiktas. Dinamo Zagreb are going to get into the 3rd division for this 8th season, along with Midtjylland. They got out of it. That's surprising. I didn't expect them to get out of the 4th division. And then Bordeaux, Cologne, Burnley, and Palk all fighting it out for the next spots. And then it's not going to be Zurich or Hull, but it is going to be Victoria Pleasant again, finishing last. I feel like those 5 teams that have finished in 20th to 24th have been the worst for the majority of the episode. The biggest piece of business for this window was Mauro Icardi going to AS Monaco. Didn't expect that. He's going down a little bit in overall, but that's a big pick up there for Monaco. Nico Barrea to Dortmund. He entered the Super League, and so did Barco. He went to Barcelona. That's a big pick up there. Dortmund's been doing some good business in this video. Alright, so we're going to head into the final season now. Let's get into season 8 of the Super League experiment. Some massive business being done this season. Why does Ryan Sessegnon always go to goddamn Crystal Palace? He's gone to Liverpool now, but always seems to go from Fulham to Crystal Palace, which I'm not a fan of. But Leon Goretzka goes to Manchester City. Lukaku gone to PSG. Getting on a little bit in age now. Of course, we are 8 seasons deep. It's going to be the final season. Some interesting business being done, but let's go and see what the tables are looking like. So Real Madrid are going to win the final Super League season. It was really a 3-horse race between themselves, PSG and Barcelona for who won the most Super League titles across the season. But Real Madrid do absolutely destroy the competition this year. 9 points ahead of Bayern Munich, Barcelona down in 9th, Spurs in 8th. Arsenal do get back up and finish in 14th. So Monaco, PSV and Lyon all relegated. Roma and Inter did get promoted for the final season. Roma, what a good season they had. Who got relegated back down though? It's going to be Feyenoord, Southampton and Bilbao. Leverkusen and Marseille getting up to the championship, up to the 2nd division. And then who's going to be going down? It's going to be Burnley, Midtjylland and Frankfurt. Besiktas rounding out a terrible performance for themselves in the 4th division. Atalanta and Fenerbahce got up to the 3rd division. And it's going to be Cologne. Cologne have gone up and down, low and high in terms of finishes in the division. But ultimately, Slavia Praha finish bottom of the entire video. So that is where we are going to conclude today's FIFA 19 career mode experiments, lads. If you enjoyed today's video and you found the results interesting, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. But most importantly, I hope you have a fantastic day. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.